Well, time for another quick plot tour. This time I'm starting from the gate at the bottom of the plot, or the front, whichever you call it. This was originally the previous occupant's bed number 6, and when I did some strimming and raking, the weeds came out fairly easily. I was thinking about bringing this bed into production, but been a couple of changes, so it might do, but we'll see how it goes. This bed here is still the fire burning area, but the pile of rubbish has dropped off quite considerably now, and very soon that will be covered with some tarpaulin to keep the weeds down. This area hasn't changed at all, still covered in the tarp, but behind me I finally got around to putting the front on the compost area. Just got to sort out the inside now, get it laid down and start producing some decent compost. As we move up the plot, bed number 3, which is my roots bed, potatoes are coming on nicely. Mains need raking up again. First earlies are doing very well. And in here I've got some parsnips, carrots, and some Swedes sown in, ready for later in the year. Onwards and upwards, the bit on the left, nothing's happened here at all yet, still covered in tarp and it will remain that way until the near future. Bed 2, this is the beans bed. Peas have been added down there, covered in a bird net, and I've got French climbing beans and runner beans plus French dwarf beans at the bottom, and there's just a few leftover broad bean plants from the home garden. Still a fair bit of space left in that bed, and I'm sure I can find something to fill it. Certainly I've got some celery coming on nicely, but the one I'm happy with so far has been the brassica bed. The ones I planted earlier, the cauliflower and the first 2 lots of cabbages, they're coming on nicely, and now I've got second 2 lots of winter and spring cabbage coming on in the middle, and I've just planted out the chard, and the Brussels sprouts at the far end still doing nicely, so generally very happy. Moving back up towards the shed area, this is where we've had some major changes this week. I went a bit brash and after a glass of wine bought myself a Polytunnel. So that's going to go in this corner over here. But as you can see, it's an absolute nightmare of a site at the moment. So there's a lot of work to be done there. I've started clearing away some of the soil which has been dumped by the previous tenant in the corner. But as you can see, there's a discarded broken fence post which needs to be dug out and disposed of. All this area needs to be dug and removed. And the other thing which has changed quite dramatically at the moment is that awful bathtub pond I had in this area over here, which was just an absolute disgusting mess. The water was stagnant, there was no wildlife in it. I gave it plenty of time to see if there was any wildlife. Nothing came, nothing left. So yesterday, or sorry, 2 days ago, after about 4 hours of hard work with lavers, planked bricks, I finally managed to get the bathtub out of the ground, and using some of the soil from that area by that broken fence post at the back, I filled in the hole. This will become my little patio area, I think. Might put a few pots around here, some flowers, and I've got a table coming in from home, so that looked nice. All I've got to do now is move this bathtub somewhere on the site and use it as a raised garden for growing salad leaves. That's the plan anyway. So there we go, that's a quick potted tour of the plot. Well, I'm not sure if you've seen my guttering yet. I extended the guttering from the shed down here, secured it to the fence wire, ran it across and into the top of the butt. So give us a bit of water anyway. So that's the plot, and we'll see what happens over the next month.